Okay, I'm excited. I'm excited to be here today. Today we will be dropping two shows today. So after you've seen this show, there will be another coming behind it. And I don't have to tell you, you already know. We've done a review on the state of my wife's fiance's watch collection. And I will be doing a breakdown of the timepieces that I acquired for her, and I guess later on, hopefully soon enough, we'll have her on the show to talk about how these pieces specifically make her feel. But I'm happy to be here. We have a new set. I'm using the Omega Watch Factory as a set, and I'll be doing this for the foreseeable future. Just doing some background history on Omega. This watch manufacturer is one of the best, and definitely it's a watch company that's truly overlooked, and it's so sad that they are, because not only do they do a remarkable job on creating beautiful timepieces, but the inner workings to these things are absolutely amazing. But before I get into that, we are going to get into this.
Please be mindful this show is for 18 years of age and older. All copyright laws will be respected, but this show is intended to use the Fair Use Act of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for tuning in to Dr.RIGHT Time, where we're going to talk about different timepieces, your collection, my collection, traveling, seeing beautiful, beautiful new cities and states, catching sunsets, and viewing my ever-growing vintage watch collection, where you'll see some very, very, very exclusive pieces. We'll also talk about the most expensive watches that you may have, that I may have, that's available on the market now. We will review watches from different companies, well-renowned companies, and some companies very simple and affordable. Please tune in, and always remember, be cooler than what they say you are. Okay, so we have a intro song and just a little production done on some timepieces that I have in my collection, and some that I've seen, while out, acquired, didn't get. I think one or two in there is watches that I don't specifically own, but pretty much everything else in there is my collection. I am happy to be here. Like I said, we're gonna have two shows dropping today. Today is the 12th of July. So we have a good show. We have a good show ahead of us. Customary wrist watch check is the Gerard Perregaux High Frequency. This is a vintage piece. We can go on to Cam 2 for a brief look into this particular timepiece. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful timepiece. We'll have a review on this. We'll get in depth on this particular timepiece. But today timepiece is the Rolex Tudor. Now, I believe that I said this during the Omega Seamaster video. I was actually wearing this watch, and I said that I would do a review on this watch. And I'm happy to be here today to give you a review on this watch. I was contemplating putting it on the market and actually selling it so I can get another Tudor watch, but I couldn't find myself to do it. This was an original piece. This is the first, rather not an original. This was the first Rolex Tudor that I bought myself. And here we go. Let's go to this one. And it was the first watch that I bought myself. It was a proud moment receiving it, because you just basically know that it's a Rolex without saying Rolex in your hands. And although this particular vintage piece right here has the Rolex crown on the crown, and it's in oyster casing, and it does have the Rolex buckle, The inside of this watch is still Tudor. If you've seen new Tudor pieces, then you realize that there's a rose in there, or the Tudor logo itself, which is the shield, and the shield is either on the crown and on the back of the watch. If there's anything on the back of the watch, then the shield will be there. When I purchased this watch and it came, oh man, I couldn't wait to wear it. I couldn't wait to wear it. I couldn't, wait to find things to match it with, to put it on. I end up buying this watch strap here. I end up buying this watch strap here, and I believe that it was from. Let's see. I believe that it was from eBay. It could have been from eBay. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong set. It could have been from eBay. Could have been a watch from eBay. I was elated to have it, of course. The look of the strap reminds me of black bricks. I call it the Black Brick Road strap. We're gonna go to cam 2, so we can excuse the issues with scene selection. We're gonna go to cam 2, and we'll give this thing a twirl. But first thing first, customary bag of white gloves. So we need to put white gloves on. Shit, if I know why we started doing this. I just know it looks really, really cool doing it. I touch my watches all the time, but I do wipe them off and clean them. So I guess, it makes sense. When you go to the stores, they're wearing gloves, putting on the timepieces. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at the second hand swiftly moving. I mean, this watch is in incredible, incredible condition. This watch is in beautiful condition. There are, of course, some scrape marks on the back of the casing. I mean, the watch is it is old. It has some age to it. Early 80s, possibly late 70s, but early 80s definitely. You see that crown on the crown? I mean, it's just in beautiful condition. No scratches on the crystal. None whatsoever. On a genuine leather strap. Let's see. If you could just focus camera 2. Camera 2 seems to just act up every episode that it can. Which camera 2 focus in already? There you go, camera 2. That's it. Maybe I should gotta start doing that. Moving camera 2 so it can focus. See, that's on the genuine leather strap. The casing on this, beautiful. Not polished at all. Crown on the crown. This Tudor has a 2784 ETA. The case is 90, 50, 10. And it's just a real pleasure to have. It's a definite it's a definite wrist wearer. I mean, I do have it. Sorry for the inconvenience, people. Hold on, cam 2 is just acting totally out of order here. There you go. This is definitely a watch that I wear on the wrist. This is a wrist wearer. I mean, of course, your wrist wears the watch, but this watch here, it wears my wrist. Certain watches you just put on, they give you a feeling. It's hard for me to describe. When you're a watch collector, you'll understand what it is that I'm talking about. And I can't believe that I actually contemplated selling this piece to get another piece. I just said to myself, you might as well just put your coins together and just buy the other piece and have 2 Tudors in your collection. Look at that. Just it's the watch is in beautiful condition. Absolutely beautiful condition. It's a real pleasure to have this in my collection. Again, look at this. Look at the patina on that dial. It just screams vintage on it. I love this watch. Really, 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 really incredible piece. So I want to ask you. I want to ask you guys. Do you own a Tudor? And if you do, um, what about it makes you love it? For me, it's the fusion between Rolex casing and the Tudor's movement inside. Uh, it's a beautiful reminder that some of the best things in life can be simple. I believe that Rolex is possibly the best tool watch ever made and the most iconic watch ever produced. There's no other watch more recognized than a Rolex watch. And with that being said, the Tudor, it gives you a made you look, you know? For those who know the history of Rolex and Tudor, then you know that it's a little sister, a little brother to the Rolex line. And still prestigious, still coveted. You love the watch. I mean, everyone loves the watch. But it still reminds you that the best things can be simple. For me, this is what this watch does. It puts the best of both worlds on my wrist, and I get the feeling of I know the watch is going to work. I get the feeling of certainty when I put it on. And at the same time, I get the feeling of no one knows unless you know. And then when you do know, you appreciate it. You see it on my wrist and you say, that's a Tudor. And you may say, I have a Tudor myself. I have a Black Bay, or I have a vintage one like that one, a Ranger, or I have, any kind that you may have. You may have brand new ones. You may collect Tudors, or you may collect Rolexes, and you may say, that's a nice watch. I collect Rolexes, or I collect Seiko. I collect Zenith. I collect Citizen. It's definitely a watch worth having on your wrist because it opens up a great deal of discussions with people who collect watches. This was a great show. I'm glad to have had you here for this time. We won't keep you long. That's not the idea. The next show will be a tad bit longer, but we'll try to keep them short now. I want to thank you for tuning in. I want to thank you for being here, and I want to thank you for taking the time out to check out my Rolex Tudor model, one of my favorite watches in the collection. Thank you guys. Talk to you soon. Later.